The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The first Jet OTA that was open for the media to view is in the books. And man, all the stories are that Aaron Rodgers put on quite the show. Is it true? Robbie Sabo was there. He's going to join us and give us his big takeaways from the practice that occurred. It's the Jake Asman Show. So let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jets fans. Welcome in, everybody. This is going to be a really fun show. Aaron Rodgers is actually speaking with the Jets beat reporters right now. Sauce Gardner spoke earlier today. Nathaniel Hackett and Jeff Obrick spoke earlier today. Salah spoke in the morning. It is the first OTA practice that was open for the media to view. There's 10 total OTA practices. Today was day 2 of the Jets offseason program here as far as getting on the field and actually having some practices before the mandatory minicamp occurs. I think it's like the second week in June. So a lot of content coming your way between now and then. And a guy who was at the Jets facility today watching the practice is Robbie Sabo from JetsXFactor.com, and he joins us now. Robbie, welcome back to the show, my man.
Hey, Jake, Super Bowl. Rodgers was so good. Jets fans don't even watch. No need to worry. Canton, I mean, he's going to Canton. We know that. But Super Bowl 59 is coming. That's how good he was.
Well, let's start with this. Let's hear from Rodgers. He was asked first question of this press conference, how he feels and where he's at in regards to the rehab. Is he still in rehab? This was Aaron talking about that.
Yeah, I feel really good. It's just about the mental part. Just I think these practices have been nice the last couple of days. It's just feel what it's like to be out there, to be moving around and not be thinking about it, and see how I respond the next day. So it's just this last part. You know, the strength is good, the movement's good, just the confidence to do everything.
I did see a quote from Rodgers also in the same press conference when asked about his motivation to still play at a high level coming off the injury, Robbie, and he said, quote, "I have a lot of motivation. I don't want to go out as a bum." Well, I'd say, based on these stats here that you were privy to, Aaron Rodgers had a spectacular day. His stats, according to Connor Hughes, who charted it, 13 of 15 with 3 touchdowns. He went 5 for 5 and 7 on 7 and 8 for 10 with 3 touchdowns and 11 on 11. Touchdowns were to Xavier Gipson, 40 yards down seam, Alan Lazard underneath in red zone drills, and Garrett Wilson in a short, tight window in red zone drills. With that being said, you saw it all. Break down Aaron Rodgers' performance at OTAs.
Yeah, and what he's referring to with the mental part is just trusting that Achilles. And when you're watching, we were up top, so it was the overhead view. You don't get a close look, but you get a good idea of what he's throwing to in terms of coverage. First of all, standard OTAs came out in stretches, then went to positionals, then went to broader positionals where he was throwing the weapons against air. Then they go teams. Then they go 7-on-7s, which is a little different. The tempo was high, and I didn't see guys loafing around, joking around, so I like that. But with Rodgers, that's how it should be, in all honesty. When you have a good quarterback, the ball should never touch the ground in 7-on-7. Beyond that, Jets fans worried about his status this year. Don't worry about him if he lost his fastball whatsoever. In terms of arm, in terms of throwing, that stuff, you have to worry about nothing. Injury, with the physicality, okay, maybe you could worry about that. But his arm is spot on still. The touchdown to Garrett Wilson in the red zone, if 6, 7, 8 yard line, somewhere around there. It was a perfectly placed ball. It could only be in one spot, low inside with Mosley draped on him to the outside. When you're in the red zone, it's match zone. So Garrett Wilson, I don't know if he started in the slot, but playing a slot type area, needs to find the spot and be one with Rodgers and know what he's anticipating. But the way Rodgers got done was it was perfect coverage, but Rodgers manipulated the defense. He looked left the entire time with his eyes, with his body, looking into the flat. And he knew all along he was going to Garrett Wilson. So look into the flat, last moment, inside placement, low, safe to Garrett Wilson, where only he can get it. And that's Rodgers. That's a vet, a Hall of Fame quarterback getting it done.
I mean, based on what you're saying, he looked like Aaron Rodgers.
He looked like Aaron Rodgers. It's like the stats. I think the stats are fun to understand what kind of day it was. But in terms of how he manipulates the defenses, reads the coverages, a lot of the coverages were basic, but the Jets are transparent with coverages anyway. He was Aaron Rodgers. There were some plays where the defense won, and Rodgers had to settle on checkdowns. Gibson in the flat happened once, I remember. And it counts as a completion, but I felt like the defense won that. It could have been a sack. Might have been an incompletion, might have been hurried. But overall, he looked freaking good.
The Gibson throw reportedly was the best throw that he made all day. 40 yards down the seam, tight window, just a better throw, beating the defense.
Yeah.
Break down that play specifically.
Yeah, I remember it somewhat. I was kind of looking at the phone trying to get something out at the time. There was space. The coverage wasn't bad, but again, it's placement. It's him reading it pre-snap. So Gibson didn't have to make a heck of a grab at all. It was just against the perfect coverage. Down the seam, I would say it was probably cover 3, but I don't want to go into too many details. But that's just an example. That's an example of Rodgers understanding what he's looking at.
When you look at the receivers that he's throwing to, what stood out from what you saw today from some of these guys making plays?
Corley's going to be a player as long as he stays healthy, and his health concerns are all about him delivering punishment. Corley's going to be a player. He had a wide open one from Rodgers, middle of the field, 20, 25, 30 yards. I wouldn't say it was a busted coverage. I wasn't really looking at the secondary at the time of the snap, but he was way too wide open. The variety, Corley, like we said, when he got drafted, he fits what they need perfectly. And, as that screen guy, as that underneath guy. But man, if Gibson takes that role and can run with that role and Corley is downfield more, my goodness, that's even more versatility. So I look at this receiving core in terms of there's a lot of guys who do different things. And it all starts with Garrett Wilson out of the slot, but really anywhere. Garrett Wilson and Rodgers being on the same page in terms of the coverage they're looking at.
Hit the like button if you're tuned in right now. If you want Aaron Rodgers to throw 40 touchdowns this year, hit the like button. He told me personally, Robbie, that he will not throw 40 unless everyone tuned in right now smashes the like button, which is a wild thing to say, but who am I to disagree with Aaron? Now, I asked you about the wide receivers because I'm a pro and I'm setting up this soundbite where Aaron Rodgers was asked about his receiving room, including the return of him and Garrett Wilson practicing together.
Well, I mean, it's 2 days in, 2 days in the OTA, so I like to just temper expectations with everything. But he's got all the makings of a star receiver, and we feel like if we can both stay healthy, that we can accomplish a lot this year. But it's going to be important we communicate. I think having SJ in the room is going to be great for him. And I like the additions. I like seeing guys like Zay and JB coming back, in year 2 and looking good.
All right. What do you make of what he said there about the room?
Yeah, I think he's spot on. And listen, in terms of leadership, in terms of what to say publicly, I think that's the right course. Temper expectations. Do the team, the social media team, the PR team, us. We could do everything else in terms of hyping up the fans, but Rodgers, I think that's the right note. And he knows. He knows what makes the connection potentially special between those two is how they look at things similarly. Yeah, they don't. Garrett Wilson coming out, we knew he was a great route runner in terms of one-on-one. When you watch this college tape, he set up corners. He set up DBs in terms of their blind spots, stemming the route, going into an area to turn them around. But we didn't know how he'd run routes against an entire defense, especially at the NFL level. And right away, he was phenomenal. And those are the guys that Aaron Rodgers foams at the mouth for, because like I told you, with that touchdown in the red zone, it's Rodgers manipulating the D in a subtle way. That's not flashy. That's not Mahomes, doing a Superman throw that goes on Sports Center. And if Garrett Wilson is a guy that understands that, and he is, it's going to benefit him and Rodgers so much more.
Sauce Gardner said earlier today that Aaron Rodgers looks like Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
He's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, the betting favorite to win comeback player of the year. Now, when it comes to this offense as a whole, obviously Nathaniel Hackett has been under scrutiny, and rightfully so, after last year. Rodgers came to his defense during his media availability just now. But he also mentioned, Robbie, that Robert Saleh has been more involved in the offense this offseason, that Aaron has appreciated Saleh being more hands-on. He's offered some interesting suggestions that, as Rodgers just said, we're going to see it this summer. So I'm curious, did you see anything today that would indicate an influence of someone helping this offense that's not Nathaniel Hackett?
Not, from a Saleh perspective, no, but I wouldn't, for everyone listening, I wouldn't take that and run with it. It's more so there's so much happening, so I didn't notice anything specifically. I know Rodgers. What I noticed with Rodgers is he's in coach him up mode all the time. And when they were in broader positionals where he was throwing to his weapons against the air, there was one moment where he kind of pulled Zach Kuntz to the side and was visibly coaching him up, going through footwork, showing him what he's going to do. And it looked to me to be a timing thing where he wanted to get Kuntz, his young tight end, on the same timing pattern as him. So the Saleh question, no, but I could have easily not seen it. And Rodgers definitely more so. But again, it comes back to leadership. And Rodgers saying that about Saleh to the public, I think, is the thing I really take away. Because whether he is or isn't, that's something that goes a long way and something guys appreciate and see. Like, oh, our leader's sticking up for our head coach. That's a hell of a thing. Maybe I could do something in that vein tomorrow. So that's what I take away from it mostly.
It's just wild. Here we are, man. Rodgers back. It's like last year, only the team is better this year than they were last year. The other thing Rodgers acknowledged here, I'm going to play the cut. He essentially acknowledged what the expectations are this year, that if they don't win, and Aaron even saying if he doesn't play like he needs to play, there's a good chance no one's back next year. Yeah. This was Rodgers talking about the expectations.
If I don't do what I know I'm capable of doing, we're all probably going to be out of here. So I like that kind of pressure, though. I know there's, it's a tough market to play in. It's not for everybody. I relish that opportunity. And that's the way the NFL is. I'm not saying anything monumental as you guys are typing away and putting your tweets out. This is how it is every single year. You might not say it, but as you get older in the league, if you don't perform, they're going to get rid of you or bring in the next guy to take over. I mean, it happened in Green Bay. So, and I'm, a few years older than I was back then. So I expect to play at a high level. I expect us to be productive and competitive and all that stuff to take care of itself.
I mean, look, he's right. And this year, especially because last year was viewed as the mulligan because he got hurt. If they do not win at least 10 games, make the playoffs, there's a good chance there's a different coach, could be a different quarterback, could be a different GM. Like, the expectations for this team should be high. They are arguably the most talented team in the AFC. If you think about it, certainly in their own division, like, the expectations should be high for this team. And this GM who's now going into year 6, this head coach who's going into year 4.
Yeah, like Roger said, it's nothing monumental in terms of an idea. Everyone knows it. It's a year-to-year league. However, it is monumental to actually say it aloud and take on those expectations of pressure. I'm going to talk about your favorite team, Jake, the New York Rangers in 1994. Well, first of all, they acquired Messier in 91 for the 91-92 season. And everyone who's a diehard Rangers fan understands what the curse was all about, 1940. And when Messier came on the scene, he realized, man, everyone tries to avoid this 1940 talk. Like, what's going on here? No, we can't avoid it. We have to take it on. We have to talk about it. We have to not pretend it doesn't exist, but accept it as a challenge. So I remember from his first press conference, he said it. 1940, my goal is to win the Stanley Cup and squash that thing, and that needs to be our new mindset. So I think again, kudos to the hat tip to Rodgers for leadership, taking it on, spitting it out there into the ether and rolling.
Rodgers also asked about the vice president situation for RFK, and he said, I was presented with two options.
Yeah.
Retire and be his running mate or play football. I wanted to keep playing football. So it is, once again, the biggest non-story of the offseason remains, in fact, a non-story. All right, so we covered the Rodgers angle here. A couple things I wanted to ask you about because I was seeing tweets from people on the beat. Tyron Smith stonewalling people. What'd you see from him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a monster. He's a big dude. He weighs solidly in terms of offensive lineman, but he doesn't look it. He's so tall. He's so long. They came out in team stretches, then went to positionals, and then went to broader positionals, like I said. But the linemen stayed together. They were hitting the sled hard, and I like to see that in OTAs. They were really getting after it. And Tyron Smith, I mean, he has Hall of Fame talent. There's no question. It is nearly impossible to do anything against that guy. He's that damn good.
Rodgers called him a Hall of Fame talent in his media availability just before. I mean, look, on paper, once again, as talented as a team the Jets have put out there in the last 15 years. I mean, if Rodgers is Rodgers, this team's better than the 2010 team.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to August. Listen, they never go live anymore. Even when they're rushing the ball in teams during camp, it's tough to evaluate because they're not truly live. But I am looking forward to seeing Tyron Smith and the offensive line together in August in those team sessions because I want to see how he attacks things and how the offensive line is communicating. 2 years ago, when Garrett came in, the thing I noticed right away is I thought the communication, because DJ Reed was new as well, free agent, I thought the communication would take some time. It didn't. The DBs were communicating right away. They were on it. They were so damn good. They were passing things off, different coverages. That's what I want to see with the O-line this summer.
Ultimately, health, the biggest thing, but you'd sign right now for what Tyron Smith gave the Cowboys last year. 13 games and was healthy for the playoffs. Second team All-Pro. Now, Olu was out there today. He's been cleared. What'd you see from him, if anything?
I mean, not much. He looks the part. I mean, for the O-lineman, it wasn't, there's not much you could take away from it because it was mainly 7-on-7s and the O-line was together as a group.
ABT wasn't practicing yet though, right? So who was the right guard?
Yeah, no, ABT not cleared, Mike Williams not cleared, and Morgan Moses was also not clear. I wouldn't say not cleared, but I know he was off to the side.
He's coming off surgery, so I mean,
yeah.
that's pretty standard.
So yeah, throw him in the not cleared category. Fashanu and Tyron Smith were out there, and those are the two guys, Jake, that you mentioned. Those are the two guys that stand out immediately. Tippmann too.
Was Fashanu at left tackle though?
I'm pretty sure yes, on the second unit.
Yeah,
with Tyrod out there, and Tyrod, by the way, Tyrod is funny. He had a unbelievable deep ball scored at Irvin Charles today down the right sideline, one-on-one coverage. Charles, special team demon, got some separation. I didn't see who the cornerback was. Second unit, obviously. Good separation, great deep ball. He throws a pretty deep ball. Sometimes he doesn't take a lot of chances. He plays it safe, and that'll infuriate Jets fans after watching Zach Wilson. But as a backup quarterback, that's good. I mean, once you know you're a backup and you're making a career as a backup, doing that, it makes it a career for you. So we'll see. But in practice, he throws a wonderful deep ball.
Comments, questions, super chats for Robbie Sabo. He was at the open practice today for the media. The Jets will have another one, I think, next week. And then the following week, there's only a couple that are actually open for the media to attend. There's 10 total, but only, I think, 3 or 4 of them media actually has access to. So Robbie was there. So if you have a question for him, write it in. We will bring it up on the screen. Today's Jake Asman Show is presented by my friends at Huga House. I'm rocking a Huga House hat right now. You should too. Get yourself the hat that QB1 always rocks. And of course, get yourself the hat that Shane Gillis is wearing. A bunch of players on the Mets I saw were wearing Hugo House hats now. So this brand's exploding, baby. HugoHouse.com, promo code Asman. Get yourself 15% off your first hat. And if you buy one hat, you'll get the second hat. That's right, 30% off. So check it out, HugoHouse.com, promo code Asman, and take advantage of their buy one for 15% off. You get the second one, 30% off. Let's bring Robbie back on the show right now. Robbie, final thoughts before we kind of open it up here. What else stood out that you'd like to share?
Like I said before, the tempo, I'm going to continue paying attention to that. I want to see the tempo continue to be solid, even in OTAs. I mean, there's only so much they could do with the new CBA, but it's blatantly obvious when guys are loafing around and joking and not paying attention to detail and focusing. And they are. And today they were. So I'm very, very pleased about that. Interesting on, I think, a second play of teams. And it was teams, not 7-on-7. So teams, but it's not really live up front. Rodgers hit Valladay, running back Valladay. Xavier, I think it's Xavier, but Valladay, who's been on the roster for a little bit, out of the backfield, so he got some looks. Hit Yeboah wide open, middle of the field. Coverage was nowhere to be found. He caught it and picked it up and ran with it. Lazard had a nice quick one near the sideline. So a lot of quick timing stuff. Rodgers getting the ball quickly. And even though, I'll say this, even though Rodgers had a good day, it's mostly about Rodgers and his arm and how he looks and people trying to predict, Rodgers haters trying to predict a downfall. It's not about the defense. The defense actually had a decent day as well, because some of those plays would not have been plays if it was a real live environment. I'm
just seeing a tweet here from Connor Hughes that I saved to ask you about, because I just think it's so funny. Sauce Gardner with a nice diving pass breakup on an out to Garrett Wilson. Always impressed at Gardner's movement in and out of breaks for a dude who's 6'3". He towers over guys as a corner. I really think he could be in for a massive season. I read that and I go, I mean, he's made first team all pro his first 2 years in the league. Like, Sauce Gardner's at a different level, man. Like, it's just, he could be in for a massive season. You mean be first team all pro again? Like, for the third year in a row? Like, you can't get that much better. That being said, Saleh tried to push back a little bit on the idea that Sauce is definitely going to shadow the opponent's number one wide receiver all year. But Sauce said earlier this offseason, that was the plan. He said again today when he spoke with the beat reporters that he wants the challenge. He wants to do it. So are we going to see the best from Sauce Gardner yet, Robbie?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a guy's good when he becomes an afterthought. And to me, in a lot of ways, he's an afterthought because he's so damn good. Shadowing guys, I think they're going to do it a little bit more this year. Depends on the strategy, depends on the game plan. But I wouldn't put him in the slot much. I would stay away from that. So I think if they're going to shadow a receiver in a game, they'll shadow him on the boundary, left and right, but keep him out of the slot, because Michael Carter, the second, is that damn good. Gardner made that play, but Gardner and Garrett were going back and forth today. There was another one, an outbreaker with Garrett, and Rodgers completed it, but again, perfect placement. Coverage was great, maybe 7-8 yard gain on an outbreaker. Sauce was in coverage, so Sauce is that damn good, and they went back and forth today.
I love it. I'm just excited, and I mean, those two. I just love the way they talk about each other too. They're really good friends, and they compete and they get each other better. Yeah, and Sauce is the perfect guy for Garrett to practice against outside, because Garrett, he's lanky, he's long, he could play the boundary, but when you're practicing against Sauce, who's not only good but big as well, and taller and lankier than you and longer than you, that ups you quite a bit. Let's get to a super chat here. Those always cut the line. They help support the show, and they provide great content, like Mike D's Nuts. That's right. I'll read your name when you pay me for it. Thoughts on the running backs, Robbie? You see anything today from some of the rookie running backs? I know Brees wasn't out there today. Yeah, not much you could take away, unfortunately, today without no live environment, no pads on the bottoms, just shorts. The main takeaway is a big rotation. Isaiah Davis got some looks. Most of the guys got looks, no matter the unit.
So like I said before, Valladay got looks with the first team. I saw Isaiah Davis in there. They just really rotated in a way where they're trying to get every position to come together and be on the same page offensively.
Brees, by the way, it's voluntary, so you could just maybe had something come up, whatever. He's been at some of the other workouts. Important to note, if someone's not there, it doesn't mean there's a problem.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about Brees.
All right, comments, questions, super chat, some bookkeeping still to do. Shout out to Chris. He signed up at 3:00 before we even came on the air to become an official Asmaniac. Let's go, Jet fans. Take advantage of all the bonus content, the channel emojis, and everything else that comes with your Asmaniac membership. So check that out. All right. I also want to do something nice because the vibes are high right now. Fair to say, Robbie, that Aaron, this fan base is excited again?
Oh yeah, Super Bowl today. Rodgers' performance today. It's over. Like we don't even need to watch.
All right, I've heard enough. I'm buying 5 memberships right now for people tuned in live. I've just purchased 5 channel memberships. I'm making it rain myself on my own channel, baby. I'm gonna hit my own sounder. I'm gonna play my own video. Let's go. 5 people getting Asmaniac memberships.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Money.
There If you hear your name called, you're welcome. Derek Q, Elton B, Duncan McLean, Matthias Simon, and Sean, you guys are all Asmaniacs. Let's go, Robbie. Super Bowl's back on. I've seen enough. Rodgers is locked in.
Yeah, Matthias Simon. I've seen that name before. He might be a Jet X subscriber too. So that's a good man. If so, good man.
There we go. Pay it forward, people. If you got a membership, let's make sure we can get as many people as possible Asmaniac memberships so I can add more emojis, because the dirty little secret from YouTube is they make you get a certain amount of per members to add a new emoji, which is so stupid.
What?
That's the rule. Yeah, you would think, I don't know, if you have more emojis, more people would want to sign up, not get people to sign up so then you can add more emojis, but that's neither here or there.
Evil geniuses, those Google people, I'm telling you.
Crazy. Rockness Monster says, Jake's getting high on his own supply. Yeah, baby. That's right. All right, let's do some calls.
Yeah.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll continue to cut the line. We'll do some calls right now. Let's go to Manny in Tampa, who's first up. What's up, Manny?
What's going on, Jake? Long-time listener, watcher. It's a great show, buddy. So thanks for having me on.
You got it, Manny. What's up, man?
Hey, Robbie, I have one main question. That battle towards the bottom end of the roster really intrigues me when it comes to the wide receiver group.
Yeah,
you got Brownlee, Gibson, Irv Charles, with Hardy leaving in free agency. That Irv Charles becomes more of a value, in my opinion. I just want to see where you think that group is going to land. Are we keeping 6, 7? What do you think?
I think it's going to be at least 6. Assuming no injuries happen, it'll be at least 6. I think Irv is a lock because I put him more in the special teams class.
Yeah.
So if you put Irv in the special teams class, you got Garrett, Corley, Lazard, Mike Williams, Gibson, and who did I miss? Brownlee, and that's 6 right there. So if I'm a betting man, and I'm usually not, I would say 7 make the final roster with no injuries.
Gotcha. So by the way, guys, 13-4, I'm calling it. I'm tired of the nonsense. We have the roster to do it. I'm looking at the schedule. Obviously, the 49ers game is tough, which, by the way, if we're getting them early, I like them. I'd rather have them early. How is Fred Warner going to be first game of the year after getting hurt so late in the playoffs? And they have a bunch of new parts, too. If you're going to get them early, go on the road, try to get a shocker, right? But I don't even buy that they have a better roster than us. They just have a better reputation. That's all. I like our roster and it stacks up to anybody's, top to bottom. So I'm ready to go. And season can't get here soon enough. 13-4, baby. Let's roll. I'm tired of it.
In terms of talent, I mean, the Jets roster is right up there in the upper echelon. It's the other stuff, the actual program, the football program, where it is, how cohesive it is between coaches, players, all that good stuff. Injuries too, obviously. So if they stay healthy, I think the sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit. And Aaron Rodgers is back. Connor Long is back. He's at recess right now. Hello, Connor.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Robbie. How you guys doing?
Hey, Connor.
I'm not at recess right now. School's over. I'm just waiting for my bus to be called so I can head on.
School's over.
Yeah, school's over. Well, for the
It's
day.
after
not-
3 o'clock. What time is school?
I thought he was talking about summer vacation. I'm like, what?
Oh, no,
what are
not-
you in
that's-
college?
Yeah, that's 2 weeks. No, school ends at 3:30 for me. But
Gotcha.
just from looking around OTAs, just Twitter and stuff, it looked like it was a pretty solid day. I have a question for you, Robbie. Obviously, Xavier Gibson had an interesting season last year as the punt and kick returner for the Jets. Obviously, stellar week 1 and then kind of slowed down as the season went on. Could you see maybe a guy like Irv Charles, or I know they signed undrafted free agent from Carolina Central, I think it was. Could you see anyone beating out Xavier Gibson for that spot?
No.
No?
No. If injuries, Brownlee, the 7 we just mentioned, the 2 guys that I think are not locks are Brownlee and Lazard. And Lazard's for a completely different reason. Obviously, if they feel like they want to move on, Brownlee would be the traditional classic guy that they cut. But I think they love Brownlee. They just love Gibson that much. And I think Gibson is really the de facto kick and punt returner right now. And also, don't sleep on him in terms of being a part of this offense. I know everyone's on Corley and assuming Corley's going to kick Gibson to the side, but that's not necessarily true, especially if they have an injury. And especially with the way Mike Williams is going to be slow to incorporate himself. And if he's that slow, Corley can take one of the traditional roles with Gibson sliding in as that X factor type, as I call it, jet motion, orbit motion, all that good stuff. Of course, Corley would get looks too, but I think Gibson is pretty assuredly locked.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, guys.
You got it.
Connor, good luck. Waiting for the school bus.
I'm picturing Billy Madison right now.
Tom wrote in with a funny comment. Connor's waiting for his next at bat in kickball.
Yeah, Billy Madison again.
There you go.
Yeah.
This question came in earlier from King of Kings. He says, how did Chuck Clark look like, and what was Jordan Travis doing today?
I didn't see Jordan Travis at all. I didn't even see him on the bike. I saw Latham, the undrafted free agent offensive lineman, on the bike. And Chuck Clark is working his way back. He's still working his way back. Usually I do this too. Usually I really focus on the safeties because that's my position. I love it. But I really didn't do that today. He was in a rotation with Tony Adams and Ashton Davis. So as far as I could tell right now, he looks solid. He doesn't look hurt at all. He looks ready to roll, and he's in a firm rotation at safety.
100%. Let's see. Comments, questions, super chats. Get back to your calls here in a moment. David says, is tight end Kuntz getting personal coaching up? Does that bode well for Kuntz making the 53?
His draft status bodes even better. But remember last year he didn't make the original 53, which was a shocker to a lot because everyone assumes if you got drafted, you're going to be on that team. He wasn't last year. He was on the practice squad. No one swiped him. I think without CJ there, Kuntz and Yeboah, that is a big time position battle this summer because you got Conklin, you got Rucker, and then you need a third. So Kuntz and Yeboah, the Jets like both, but I think Yeboah is ahead of Kuntz right now.
That's interesting. I would agree with you too. I think Kuntz probably does have a real opportunity though, because him and Rodgers had that connection on the scout team when Rodgers came back in December last year. Rodgers has referred to him a couple times. So that's
like I said today, he was coaching him up for a good minute and a half, 2 minutes, I'd say.
So there's a chance maybe Kuntz can make this interesting this summer. I look forward to that.
Yeah, he's got the size. Does he have the smarts? I don't know. I've never talked to him. I know there was in Hard Knocks, he ran the wrong route and caught a touchdown. Rodgers alluded to, I forget which game it was.
The Panther game. Yeah.
Panther game. Yeah. He's a rookie. Hey, stuff happens, but we'll see. He's got the size. He's got the ability. Let's see if he can put it together.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Today's Jake Asman Show presented by my friends at Fanatics. You'll notice I pinned a bunch of Aaron Rodgers Fanatics jerseys down below. Get yourself officially licensed Jets gear. How nice does the new logo look and the new helmets, by the way, Robbie, being out there? You can get all that on hats, shirts, jerseys down below. Get your Jets gear from Fanatics. I'm pinning all the best stuff. Get to the Fanatics website, purchase your gear. and this channel gets credit for sending you there. So shout out to Fanatics for being part of our growing channel here. And make sure if all of you are tuned in live right now, you hit that like button. I mean, those helmets just look fire today, Robbie.
I can't overstate it enough. It feels like they're back to being a legit traditional NFL football team. I couldn't take it. I know uniforms aren't the biggest thing, but I just couldn't take it with those uniforms the last 5 years. I just couldn't.
I'm just seeing this. Australia is among the sites the NFL is seriously considering as a possible future host of an international game. That could happen as early as 2025, but the logistics are complex and the league is still looking into it. I'll tell you what, if the Jets go to Australia, Craig down in Australia is hosting every Asmaniac in Melbourne for the big celebration.
You have Australian Asmaniacs, is that right?
Do I have Australian Asmaniacs? I got lunch with them last week. He gave me a boomerang.
Oh my goodness, great. Listen, I'm not a big fan of the international games, 9:30 in the morning. It's just too much, but it would be kind of cool to go to Australia for a game. I can't lie.
Oh, sign me up for that. I've never been. I'll be in London this year, though, Robbie.
Me too. I'll see you there, buddy.
I got some events I'm planning. I had some good calls today with somebody. This audience knows him well. Jets Forever #2, stepping up for the people. We got some big things cooking for London, so stay tuned on that. I'm doing my best, folks.
Hey, fill me in. I'm down.
Yeti writes in, I would pay $10 for a side-by-side pick with Jake and Tyron. All right. I mean, if Tyron Smith is available for a photo this summer when I'm at training camp, I'll let him know that I can make $10 by just taking a picture next to him.
Yeah. Shaking. It's like, could you imagine shaking Shaq's hand? Like how you'd feel afterwards? You'd feel so insignificant.
I can't.
Nah, like what's the point of life after shaking Shaq's hand? Like, where do you go from there? Like, I'm just this little measly ant roaming the world.
It's crazy to fathom. Roger says, Jake, I think the Jets roster is pretty much set. Maybe 53-man cut down upgrade signing at best. What are Robbie's thoughts? Do you think they add a David Bakhtiari? Let's start with him.
Yeah, what's the latest on him? I haven't heard anything about him. Has anything surfaced recently?
I haven't seen anything. Rogers did shout him out at the press conference today saying Tyron Smith is like, a physical specimen and Bakhtiari's not, making fun of him, which was funny.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the Jets still make the most sense. I don't care how many tackles they have. With Rodgers there, Rodgers is the drawing card, and he's friends with the beer chugger, Bakhtiari. So if I had to put on odds on Bakhtiari playing in the NFL again, I would still say the Jets.
Connor McGovern still could be an option, too, if they want to sign another interior offensive lineman.
And that's a bigger need, too. Like, they need a fourth guy. Schweitzer, excellent. Fifth guy. Schweitzer's an excellent fourth guy, but I think they still need a fifth guy.
I would agree. I would take one of those guys if possible. I think McGovern's probably more likely than even Bakhtiari because of the position.
Probably. And really familiar. I mean, I wonder what kind of looks he's gotten. I'm surprised he hasn't signed on with anyone. But maybe he's biding his time, waiting for the perfect opportunity. I don't know.
There's 411 watching live right now. If you have a question for Robbie, who's one of the few people you're going to get on YouTube today, telling you what went down at this OTA practice, write it in and he will answer it. We'll continue to take your calls as well. So let's rapid fire through as many as we can for those who will call in on the Gusbuster hotline. And first, we do this.
Well, I love to talk and hate to type. Jake, when is your next show? Alan is a cartoon character. Bobby. Robbie, how you doing? Jake,
what's up, Bobby boy?
See my new hat? Jake,
hold on,
this one.
Let me see.
Jake got me that one.
Yeah,
and
you
then
ditched the
Jake got me
Yankees?
this one too. No, the Jets. And he
Nice.
got me a Yankee hat too. Yeah, 3 hats.
Nice. I love it.
3 weeks, right, Jake? Yep. Robbie, you're awesome, and so is Jake. And
Well,
what
thanks,
do you
Bobby.
think-
I'm glad you shouted out me first. Thank you.
What do you think about that young kid, Connor Long? He is such a good kid. 12 years old. He looks like a football player himself, doesn't he?
Kind of
He
long.
looked into the camera. The kid that likes talking to you. He likes you very much too.
Yeah, he's a good
He's a
little
smart
squirt.
kid.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. I think he's a smart kid. I think the Jets are gonna be 12-5. to go to the Super Bowl this year. I still got to make a call to somebody I don't like, Chris Canty. Got to shut his pie hole up.
What did he say? What did Canty say?
He called Aaron Rodgers a cancer of the team, and he should shut his pie hole up.
This guy is a cancer that's metastasized throughout the entire building in Florham Park. And I don't know why Jets fans can't see it.
Was this recently?
About a month ago.
That was about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, a month ago. Yeah,
where see, I never watch it. Was that on ESPN New York?
ESPN, the first take or something.
It was on the morning show he does called Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, well, he's unsportsmanlike. He was a horrible, stinky player.
That's like
he was on the Giants.
He's giving us the business, Bobby. That's what he's doing.
Well, I'm going to give him the business soon. I'm going to give him a nice little call on the radio. I'm not going to, package it up in a lovely flower arrangement. I'm going to give him some dog poop on air. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him off.
Knuckle sandwich?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we could throw him into the hole, too. Like our best friend yesterday, Alan, we threw him in the hole.
Do we know where he lives? We could do the old dog crap in the paper bag thing.
Right? I think he lives in New Jersey, you think?
Okay. We could do the Billy Madison again. Another Billy Madison. Dog crap. You ever do the dog poop in the brown paper bag and light it on fire thing, Bobby?
What was that movie with the offensive lineman that the guy said take out the trash? What was that movie called? It was about the Baltimore Raven offensive lineman.
Oh, Blindside.
Yeah, that was a good movie, wasn't he? Isn't he just like the guy we got from Dallas Cowboys?
Tyron Smith? Yeah, he looks.
Yeah, he's like
he's a monster. Huh? Bobby, he's a monster.
Yeah, he is a big boy like Ober, right? Ober was the guy.
Yeah, Michael Oher. Yeah. Tyron Smith, you look at him, and he doesn't look that like he's so lean. He's just tall. He's a monster, dude. He's gonna wreck guys.
I wouldn't mess around with him in the dark alley. I'll tell you that much.
No.
Desert, light alley, anywhere. I ain't messing with
him.
So
the Jets go to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. We got some Jet gumbo down there. How's that better?
That was better today, Bob. I'm gonna need more accent. I want to go full screen with you. All right, give Robbie your Cajun accent impression.
We're gonna have Jet gumbo at the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Here's some gumbo, Jet gumbo. How's that better?
It's pretty good.
Good.
Your thoughts, Bob?
Much better than yesterday, right?
Yep. Do you think you improved?
I think so, a little bit.
I agree. Robbie, what are your thoughts?
I think you need to replace Bubba in Forrest's life.
Yeah. Who's Bubba?
Bubba, Forrest Gump. You need to be the new
Forrest
Gump second.
Forrest Gump. That's with Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Bobby and Forrest running around the country. That's
oh my God, that'd be a crazy thing. I'd like to meet Tom Hanks. He was in that movie Big, and that took place in Rye Playland. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that was in Rye Playland. You didn't know that movie?
Yeah, I don't even know what you just said, to be honest.
Big, the big Tom Hanks movie. He was in Big.
Have you seen the movie
Yeah, I know
Big, Robbie? Yeah.
An 80s classic. Yes. Of course.
Remember when he went to that wizard thing in the booth? That was in Rye Playland.
Yeah. Anything beyond 3 years kind of falls off my skull.
Well, I'm 56 years old. I remember. Sometimes I don't remember anything. I'm getting old myself. So. Yeah, we're getting old, Robbie. We're not that young anymore,
I mean,
it's a young man.
Bobby, tell me how you really feel. Don't be subtle.
You're my friend, Robbie. You're a great guy. I told you, awesome.
Thank you, Bobby.
I'm just saying we're both old.
Thank you, buddy.
I'm going to be 56 in August. My daughter's going to be 18 in July.
Uh-oh.
Yep, she's going to be 18. She's graduating in June. Okay, we got more calls, right, Jake?
We do, Bobby.
I know. I got to get my big mouth off. I know. I like talking to you, Robbie. You're a great
You
guy.
too,
Bye,
Bobby.
Jake. See you tomorrow morning.
Bye, Bobby.
Well, you know I love the Yankees and the Jets, and to read the Super Chats are more than just a hat. Bobby.
What a call from Bob there, huh?
Legend status. Like I told you before, I could do that all day.
Well, that was going on. I do want to acknowledge someone who's watching the show. Fialco's in here. He says, Bobby, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, rarely does something so magical happen on this earth. And when it does, you got to really appreciate it or you'll miss life. And this is one of those situations.
Super chat from Dan, who says, saw an update on Bakhtiari, tagged you in it. So Ian Rappaport 3 hours ago did, in fact, tweet, Bakhtiari recovering from knee surgeries, had a positive follow-up exam with expert Dr. Brian Cole, and Cole proclaimed him on schedule for a 2024 season return. That doesn't mean he can necessarily pass a physical, and that doesn't mean the Jets are going to sign him. I think if he were to sign for the veterans minimum, maybe it's a conversation, but we'll see.
Yeah, and that makes more sense as to why he didn't sign anywhere. Makes a lot of sense.
Manny in Tampa says Bobby's the GOAT. Love that.
It's tough. It's tough to disagree. That is, I'll take a call from Bobby anytime.
More housekeeping. Mike D's Nuts just became an official Asmaniac, baby. Let's go. And to pay it forward, look what he's decided to do, Robbie. 5 memberships have been gifted, baby. Let's go. Shout out once again to Mike D's Nuts.
Money, 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 money.
Tremendous. All right, more super chats here. The big fella with a question for you. Robbie, any update on Mike Williams? How does Will McDonald look?
Nothing on Mike Williams. I think everything's positive so far on Mike Williams. Obviously, he's not cleared yet. I am not concerned at all in terms of week 1 with him. And McDonald, I don't notice any big time size difference. He might be a little bigger. I think with McDonald, it comes down to him being a sub package rusher. Excuse me. He's going to be that 3rd and long, pin your ears back guy. Didn't really notice much today either, as well with McDonald.
C. Wanan wants to know, how do you gift memberships, Jake? I just posted a link how to do it. It's like sending a super chat, but instead of super chat, you hit membership gifts. Same button. Hit that money sign on the right by the live chat. Addison with a super chat. Allen's a lying crap of crap, to quote Bobby Midnight from yesterday. Well done. Robbie O'Doyle rules.
The best part of O'Doyle rules is when they're driving off the cliff and it takes 10 seconds for them to fall down and explode, and they're still chanting O'Doyle rules on the way down. It's just, if you're going to go down with the ship, that's like the best way.
Dre writes in, he wanted this one for Bobby specifically, but too late, Dre, so we'll do it next time. Dre says the Jets will finish the 2024 season 14-3, and we will host the AFC Championship. The L5 tailgate will be epic. Well, I can tell you one thing. If that happens, the home AFC title game, assuming my heart rate is still functioning at that point, I'm still able to go, I'm still with us on this planet. Yes, it would be epic.
Yeah. How about the Knicks, Jake? We haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time talking about it. It just wasn't meant to be, man. I mean, it's just like, what are you going to do? And like, you know what gives me a little, I don't want to say comfort, but like acceptance with the whole thing? Had they somehow pulled off Game 7, they were going to get swept without Brunson. I mean, they weren't beating Boston. Even with Brunson, it wasn't enough.
In a weird way, the Brunson injury kind of made it okay at the end. Like it made fans feel a little better.
Yeah, it's just too many injuries, man. Like
it was
Jets.
too much to overcome. You can't do anything but applause the effort. I mean, they got everything out of their talent that they could.
No question. Luppy writes in, how many running backs are we carrying and who? Well, I think Brees is a lock. The 2 draft picks are a lock. I think Izzy, well, I wouldn't say the 2 draft picks are both a lock. I think Allen's definitely a lock, but they could carry 4 running backs. I definitely could still see Izzy making this team. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think people said Izzy was in trouble when they drafted the 2 backs. I don't really see that exactly. Number one, if I'm going to put a bet on anything, I'll bet that one of them gets hurt and one of them starts the year on IR. But if they all stay healthy, then I could see them carrying 4. It's going to be a bit crowded with Bawden. And if they keep Bawden and 7 receivers, that makes it really crowded. but they don't have to keep a lot of safeties. They could even go 4 max, maybe even 3. If they sneak someone onto the practice squad, it would only be JBC. So I'd say 4 as well, but probably one of them will be injured in August.
Mike D's nuts. He's done it again. Some would say Mike D's nuts is exploding, Robbie. I had to. Anyway, 5 people just got memberships here. We're now up to 16 memberships that have been gifted in this one show. Darius Richards, David Alawa, Rowan Marshall, Brett Accardo, Jason W. Thank Mike D's nuts for sending you a free channel membership for the month. Let's keep going, man. Let's make it rain. All right. It's May 21st. It's a special day. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers again. More calls right now on our Gustbuster Umbrella hotline. Got about 10 minutes left with our guy, Robbie Sabo. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a man who called earlier, and he's calling again.
It's time for another V-Man call. Hopefully he's not sleeping. Adios mio.
V-Man?
Oh, what's up?
Hello, V-Man.
Hey, Rob. Hey,
What's up,
AJ,
V-Man?
hey, Rob. Doing good. You know, honestly, I was listening earlier about you know, I agree. I don't think they're probably gonna. I agree with the running backs. I feel like someone's gonna probably get hurt somewhere along the line. I agree with that.
Yeah, it only makes sense. It's running back. They're going to get a lot of work in camp. Again, even though it's not live and they don't tackle all the way to the ground, something happens. Something always happens in camp.
Yeah, that's why it's called Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But no, honestly, I'm just excited. You know, the training camps that there's finally starting up with OTA, all this, and you know, if we can finally see, you know, we're finally getting some good news. You know, we're about to enter that really quiet period. So again, that last bit of football news in before the quiet period until training camp begins between the OTA and the training camp.
Let's also put it into perspective. This time last year, the first OTAs open to the media. What happened was Rodgers hurt his calf. We're all waiting to see Rodgers in a Jets uniform.
That's right.
The first day available to the media. They're doing exercises with the balls or whatever. I don't know what the hell they're doing. And Rodgers gets a calf injury. We don't see him practicing in 7-on-7s. He's off to the side. What the hell happens? And then we find out. And then that calf leads to the Achilles eventually. So it's a 180-degree turn as compared to last year this time.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good, honestly. You know, I'm just glad. You know, nothing. As long as the news is positive coming out, that's all I need to. That's all I want to hear.
Hey, V-Man, it doesn't appear like your car is moving at all, yet your seatbelt is on. What's going on here?
I just haven't taken it off since I parked. You know, you want me to take? Is that better? Is it better that I have it off now?
You have a green screen behind you? What do you
No,
have, a sitcom?
No, I'm actually in a car.
Oh,
I just came back from a bookstore buying this. This is a really sad book, but I'm probably gonna have to read it.
War Against All Puerto Ricans. V-Man, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Were you driving? It looks like you're on the passenger side.
No, I am on the passenger side. I'm just sitting like, yeah, no, I'm in the passenger side.
So were you with V-Mom?
Yes.
How is she doing?
She's doing fine.
Yep. Did she purchase a book?
No, she did not purchase a book.
All right. Thank you for the time.
Yeah.
That's the end of that V-Man call. Now he can go back to sleeping.
I'm being asked by Tom Ace, where do I stand on Puerto Rico's independence?
It's an excellent question by Tom.
I'm going to get back to you on that. I might have to go to the library first.
Here's where I stand on it. Whatever V-Man says goes. No one is more educated on this than V-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Tom Ace, I'd love to answer, and I am a scholar in this area, but I will do the right thing and pass.
You got to respect V-Man always thinking about safety, keeping the seatbelt on after the car has been parked.
Yeah. Yeah, he's either got a green screen behind him or he's in UK driving on the right side. I don't know. His environment's always different every time. That's what I've noticed with him.
Are you aware of V-Man's political aspirations?
No. What's up?
Well, he's actually on the campaign trail quite often.
We now go live to our political expert, Vincent.
You engage and support a party that doesn't do jack shit. You want to see a real third party in action?
Helping us change the world. Thank you, V-Man.
Yeah, third party, huh? Ooh.
We have some more breaking news. Robbie, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where this money is coming from, but for the, I think now third time in this show, Mike D's Nuts has gifted another 5 channel memberships, baby. It is raining cash.
Money, 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 money.
Mike D's Nuts is exploding. Tommy Clifford, Josh Ellis, Joel Mercado, Brandon Roberts, Devin Wilson. You are all officially Asmaniacs, courtesy of Mike D's Nuts. Manny in Tampa just signed up the old-fashioned way. Thank you, Manny. You called earlier. Great call. Appreciate you. Now, someone has a quick point they would like to make, I've been told here, so let me bring him on. Dano has a question for Robbie. Dano, hello.
Hey, thanks for squeezing me in. I wanted to hit Robbie before he left, but
You're gonna hit me
with my best shot, right?
What's up, Dano?
Not much, man. I want to say that it was Rivka that I heard like a month ago, and that's why I wanted to ask you. But she alluded to the fact that there's been no like developments with Connor McGovern as being a possibly because he can't pass a physical yet from his injury. I was wondering if you had like maybe any new info on Connor, but whether you've seen him this off season or even know if that would kind of stall the process, because I think we need him, man.
I haven't heard her say that, but it's a good point. It could be a possibility. Again, Jake just brought up the news about Bakhtiari. Why hasn't he signed yet? We're all wondering, if he's not with the Jets, why didn't he sign with a different team? And then who was it? Rappaport, Jake? Rappaport or Schefter? One of the two broke that news. That
Rap Sheet, yep.
Rap Sheet, he's recovering. So that could be the case. It's a good call out by Rivka. I do not have any additional news. And
okay.
I would agree. Having that fifth IOL, the interior line, individual would be a big thing.
Hey, thank you guys.
You got it.
Dano, thank you. And thank you once again to, ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts. Robbie, have you ever seen someone explode like this, quite like Mike D's Nuts?
I see what you did there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never seen it before, but I have heard things. Yeah, but this is unprecedented, I must admit.
Well, we've reached a point where you just got to play this. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And you know what's crazy? I'm allergic to nuts. And here's Mike D's Nuts coming through. Big T Charlie, LA, Chris Fine, Ethan Hunt, Tony Fitzy Diddle Cheese all have received channel memberships courtesy of, once again, Mike D's Nuts.
I wonder if you'd if an account named Tom bought as many gifted memberships, if you'd repeat Tom's name as much. I wonder.
Jay Quest says he just wants to hear you say Mike D's Nuts. Look, I'll say it as many times as possible if someone's paying $25 a pop for me to say it. I mean, who am I? I'm a capitalist, baby.
That's right.
All right. My old co-host on the radio in Houston, he would do live reads for Al-Qaeda if they paid him. I'm not that bad, but geez.
Hey, no hate.
All right. Super chat from Manny. Mike's dropping loads. I couldn't say that one with a straight face. All right. Family show, folks. Come on now. Speaking of family shows, I know who we need to end with before we say goodbye to Robbie. Cheats Fan is up next. Hello, Cheats Fan.
Yo, what up? Rodgers is gonna give you your first winning season in like 9 years, within a decade. Like, have you got you guys have been through enough hell, and Rodgers has been through enough hell, and like I spent 30 minutes listening to the stream and looking up stats of your quarterbacks over the last 30 years, and Rodgers probably had the best. No, not Rodgers, but Farr had some of the best stats with Sanchez. And I'm just sitting here like Farr and Sanchez having the best stats, plus your 90s quarterbacks, where I sort of can't remember the names because we went through a lot in the 90s. Chad Pennington and all that. I just hope Rodgers brings you that winning season, because this guy, I looked into all the things that the media is saying, and if I was Rodgers, I think the NFL would ban me for everything I would say about these people's mothers for bad mouthing me.
Well, he's going to be on a revenge tour this year, Chiefs fan. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only other team in the AFC East I want to see do good. The Dolphins, like, they got fans. Sorry for cursing. Got fans that talk shit all the time. The Bills fans, all they do is play tough, but they know they fold to the best team in the league to choose. And then Patriots fans, 20 years of hell. We don't want anything good. We hope Drake May's a bust like Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah. I hope Drake May's worse than Zach Wilson.
And then,
go ahead, Chiefs fan. No, you finish your point. Go ahead.
I'm very sorry that we weren't going to get our bet, because I said if it was Knicks bust, then we were going to do a bet.
Yeah.
So
you would have won the bet because the Knicks can't field a team right now.
Are you a Celtics fan?
I was a Bulls fan until 2001, and then my family lured me into a Celtics.
As soon as Jordan left, pretty much.
Well, I even like during that time, I was like, when Jordan came back and played, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna root for the Wizards more than the Bulls. And then by the end of the 2001 and the 2002 season, everyone pulled me into the Celtics side. I was this close from being pulled into being a Minnesota fan, but I've always liked Kevin Garnett through high school because that guy was cool. But go ahead, Jake. What were you going to say?
I was just going to simply ask Cheats fan if there was any update on the lawnmower situation. How's everything with the landscaping job?
That's good. It's just we have sorry for cursing again. We have a shit ton of cicadas or whatever, those little things that chirp all the time. Mowing yards, running back and forth between those streets. Those bugs just come at you in swarms like you're messing with a wasp nest.
Well, let me tell you something. Robbie Sabo is an expert in manscaping and lawn care, so maybe he's someone that you want to talk to.
Oh, I honestly, I'll post what I did for my neighbor in like a day or so if I can get permission, but I helped to build him some things.
This is not the dead neighbor.
Oh, no, the other guy.
Okay, he's alive. Just wanted to clarify. Yep.
Yeah, and basically, hold on one second. Just got to reply to this Walmart order. Stay hydrated, folks. Get your Gatorades and get your Powerades. And water. I stock up on those since I mow yards, and I get this sugar-free one because, come on, I need to lose this. But yeah, I don't mind doing yard work. And the thing is, I'm like, I learned my yard work up north from my Hispanic side of the family. And I know it's a stereotype, but man, mowing yards on the west side with your Hispanic side of the family and learning all the landscaping stuff, learning how to trim all that stuff from age 14 all the way up to age 33. Now I probably have 19 years of experience.
Do you weed whack too? Are you a weed whacker?
I don't do weed whacking because every time I would weed whack, I would be a little bit aggressive and I would hit a rock and then be like, well, I need to go get a Band-Aid real fast. Because the rock would ricochet and hit me right here.
Are you part Hispanic? Is that what I just heard
you
say?
No. I have Hispanic family members.
Okay.
I'm mostly German by blood, but I have Hispanic family members. One of my family members, I had a Mexican marry into my family, and I had a Puerto Rican marry into the family into the 90s. And all I gotta say is, if anyone starts shit talking those heritage, I don't care. You're just gonna see me come out of jail one day.
Hey man, my brother-in-law is Puerto Rican. He's American, but Puerto Rican.
I don't play that racism stuff. Like, if someone gets racist around me, you might as well see me in cuffs, and you might as well see that person not using their jaw for a year.
My point is, at get-togethers with my Irish sister and her Puerto Rican, in-laws, it's a hell of a time. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The thing is, I got Italian, Irish, German in me, but it's mostly by blood, but it's mostly German because one side of the family came over here in 1892 and the other side of the family came over here in the 1900s.
It's oddly specific that you do was 1892.
because I looked into it. I looked into in age 15, I wasn't doing that well in school. So they said my English and my history teachers came together and say, do a presentation on your family's heritage, write a paper, and we'll mark these D's up to a B+. I've talked them into marking the B's. I've talked them into marking as an A, because when I was 15, I was always not paying attention in class, always not caring about history. Now science class, I'll be in there like Breaking Bad. Like, what are we mixing today, teacher?
Oh yeah, they called you the Walter White of your high school.
Oh
right?
no, because when I was a kid, I always liked watching those Bill Nye videos with the volcanoes and the dino stuff. So I've always one year the school painted up, and we got to there weren't really old fossils, but they were like fossils from 100 years ago of clams.
Chiefs fan, can you repeat after me? Science, bitch.
Science, bitch. Like,
yeah.
All I gotta say is I really love Pinkman, and I really like. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, Pinkman's the best character. Like he finally got free.
Yeah.
No, well done. Chiefs fan, thank you for your time as always.
No problem.
Great call, Robbie. Was that your first call with the great Chiefs fan?
I think he was on. I think I might have had him on once or twice before, but hey, today I learned those Germans don't mess around.
No. I also, when he said 1892, I immediately thought of in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Yeah, me too. Jesus, good.
Man. All right. Well, if you're tuning in late, I promise we did talk about Aaron Rodgers lighting up OTAs today when Robbie was there giving us the recap. So I can't speak now. Rewind for that if you missed it. But Robbie, appreciate you hopping on, man.
You got it. We'll talk to you guys next week.
JetsXFactor.com. They might have a pod tonight with Corbett. He's not sure. So, Robbie, I'm sure we'll post about it if they do. I'm going to stay on, do some more calls, read some more super chats because, folks, Mike D's nuts. I mean, does he just want me to say Mike D's nuts again and again and again? Because you know what? I will. All right? I will. 10 more memberships. Go, let's go.
Show me the money.
Show me the money! Money.
There one man dropping 30 memberships in one show. Unreal. Thank you, Mike D's Nuts. For those who don't know, 10 memberships right there, that's a $50 spend. Do the math. Unreal. Thank you so much for your support. Scott, Cheats fan. How about that? Cheats fan got gifted a membership after that call. Luis Corradova, Gonzo Badger, Nicholas Cook, Rockdale Grind, Heavyweight, Ali Zeif, Don Rock. Sorry, not sorry. You were all as Maniacs. 30 total memberships. Has Mike D's Nuts gone mad? Has he won the lottery? These are things we don't know. We don't know the answers to the question. Wild. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Mike D's Nuts, folks. Jay Cuss wrote earlier, he just wants to hear you say Mike D's Nuts. He might. He might. I'm going to get right back to your calls. Before we do that, though, make sure you hit the like button. Reminder to join the Patreon. I'm speaking with the person I'm planning this Long Island event with later today. So I should have some more information for those who are interested and headed to Hicksville, Long Island on June 20th. Basically less than a month now. 1 month from right now, we'll be in Hicksville on Long Island for the big meetup. I'll have details on that in the coming days. Discord will hear about it first. Patreon will hear about it first, etc. So please keep that in mind. A lot still to do, but first a quick break. We come right back with more of your calls, and you're gonna want to stick around. I'll tell you why. We got a couple of legends that are on the line that you need to hear from after what has already been an absurd show. I'll be right back.
The New York Jets!
Come on!
Select Will McDonald, linebacker,
What?
Iowa State.
What the
Let's
fuck?
go.
I can't believe this shit!
All
What
right.
the fuck?
Hey, there we go. Light it up, Ricky. Yeah. Let's get back to your calls right now. One of our favorites is on the Ghostbuster hotline. Ricky NY joins us now. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, Jake.
Hey, Ricky, how you doing?
Thanks for taking my call, Jake. I just finished smoking all the available weed in the panhandle, so bear with me if I collapse here in front of my personalized flag. Any chance you could send that boxing guy, Gary, to the Jameis Winston town? Maybe Gator can build a special hall for quarterbacks who throw more interceptions than completed passes. Well, not a Florida guy, but can go to Seminoles all the way there. If you got a whole lot, get all of them in there. I don't give a shit. Well, I think I got to relight this thing. Hold on a second. I just got this new blowtorch lighter. Let's try it out. Try it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Should have backed off that setting a bit. Anyway, Jake, I'll hang up for now and grab the burn kit again. Later, brother.
Oh, my God.
Yo, Gator is different, man. That dude is different.
Let's keep going with the calls right now. It looks like, wow, I cannot believe this guy actually showed his face. A man who owes us 25 memberships in honor of 25 career interceptions by Zach Wilson. Hawk has called in for the very first time. Hello, Hawk.
Hey, Tyson, what's up, man? Hey, Jake, before you send me to the Shadow Realm, let me ask Tyson about Zach. Tyson, don't you think we can keep Zach Wilson and just let him start the first few games? I mean, we all know the kid just needs another year behind center, and that'll really get him going. I mean, Crowan, man, you know he's freaking awesome, bro. Marin win.
Oh, man, you're killing me.
Hawk, thank you for calling in, and we'll see you in the realm.
Into the Shadow Realm you go. That's the problem with Aaron Rodgers. This guy is a cancer that's metastasized throughout the entire building in Florham Park. And I don't know why Jets fans can't see it.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Whoa. You don't need a quarterback. You need a good football player. That's what I'm saying about Brock Bowers. You need a good football player.
Look, guys, I don't know how else to say this. Fact of the matter is the team has almost no chance to win this week unless you click on the like button. Also, be sure you're subscribed to the Jake Asman Show. Let's do this. Go Jets.
And we're back. All right. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Reminder to get your picks in for Underdog Fantasy. You got a bunch of games on tonight. Rangers start tomorrow, so you could get your Underdog picks in for all the NHL and NBA playoff games for the conference finals, and obviously MLB, Yankees in action tonight, Mets playing. Get your picks in, Underdog Fantasy, promo code Asman when you sign up, and they will give you a 50% deposit match up to $250. Don't miss out. Great deal for everyone who has not yet signed up to be a part of Underdog Fantasy. All right, back to your calls. We shall go. Dre in the office is up next. Hello, Dre.
How you doing, my guy? How's everything going on?
Right.
Everybody good? Everybody enjoying the porn that I was watching, the Jets porn from earlier today? It was phenomenal. Let me tell you, our quarterback is back. That's all I gotta say. I can't even get. I can't even. I started stuttering like Gary right there because I just. They pulled me in again, and so here I am. I also have I have some breaking news for you guys. I don't know how if this violates any kind of HIPAA laws or anything like that, but I'm gonna be having a procedure on Friday. So I took Friday off. I'm gonna be having a procedure on my heart to ensure that I will survive this upcoming football season.
I can't tell if you're kidding or not. Are you
No,
actually having
no,
a
I'm
procedure?
actually having a procedure. Yeah, it's minor. It's a minor thing. They're going in my heart. They're gonna give me a second stent. So
Nothing's minor about going in your heart, man.
well, they I have an appointment. I'm going into the hospital, and then I'm getting sent home the same day. So it's
All
like,
right.
it's like changing my oil. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm getting oil
God
changed.
bless, man. Hopefully everything goes all right. I'm sure it will.
Appreciate it. Thank you. No, but yeah.
Call us from the hospital again, Dre. First thing you do when you get up, all right? Call the show.
I will. I'll be in the room and I'll be like, hey, did you guys stitch me? You closed me up yet? Hold on. Let me get this on. Let me get this footage on for the show. Let me see if I can get that done. But yeah, no, I'll be home taking this weekend, this upcoming Memorial Day weekend, to just kind of relax and stay around the house and everything like that. But once
you coming to Long Island next month if I do this meetup?
Oh, I'm definitely there. I'm definitely there. I've already mapped out how I'm gonna get from right here from work. I'm gonna be leaving and going straight down same day.
It's right near the Hicksville train station, so all you would need to do is get to the city and take the LIR to Hicksville. And you can
Oh,
go.
that'd be super easy then, because the train station's like 10 minutes from my office, and it goes straight from Albany down to Penn Station, and then I just get out and jump on the LIRR, and boom, I'm over.
Let's go. Long Island Asmaniacs, rise up, says Carly.
Oh, Carly got to come out. Carly got to be there, and that's it. Represent. Let's go.
I mean, look, it's going to be quite the event. We're going to raise some money for charity. I'll have all the details soon. You're in the Discord, Dre, so you'll see it before everyone.
Yep, I'll be there.
Let's go. All right, well, good luck with the procedure. Hopefully we hear from you before and after, obviously.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I'll definitely give you a call. And if I can do it from inside the room while we're getting ready, I'll be going live. I'll record it and I'll send it through the Discord, if anything, so you can just post it if the timing doesn't work out.
All right.
It's like in the middle of the afternoon or whatever.
God bless, Dre. Go get him.
All right, brother. Take care.
Dre checking in. Now, full disclosure, the great Scott was on the line, and I was going to go to him next. But Scott, you're no longer on hold. What happened? Perhaps Scott is out chasing ducks again.
What's going down, dude? I'm at a park right now, and I'm pumping out food. A lot better than Chipotle. Bar food stuff, bar food, and wing dingers and stuff like that. We're getting pounded. We don't have a dishwasher yet, so we're doing dishes. What are we banging on Joe D today, or what's the scoop? I want to ask people if there are any Jet fans out here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we have a Jet fan. Hey, come back here. Are you a Jet fan? You are? Affleck? And maybe you are. I guess not. Probably not.
Nice hair, Jackass.
This is Jet Talk here.
Jets are trash, pink eyes. Bobby!
I really don't give a crap, you cartoon character.
Speaking of crap, I got food poisoning from those wing dingers.
Bobby made my day. My man, Bobby Midnight. God bless him. That was awesome.
I mean, Scott's doing something, folks. You know what's funny? People I haven't even heard from who don't watch this show, who aren't even sports fans, reached out to me about that Scott call. Tremendous. Purple Belt Mike is up next. Hello, Mike.
Woo! Let's go Jets, baby. I'm walking a dog.
Hey.
She's so excited. She's excited like me.
What's
Jets
the dog's
Aaron
name?
Rodgers looking crisp. Maui.
Maui?
No, Maui, like the Hawaiian island.
Oh, Maui. Okay, that's
Maui.
great.
Yeah, Maui.
Hold on one second, Mike. I'll come right back to you. We got breaking news from Mike D's Nuts. 5 more memberships have been gifted. This man is on fire. Unreal. If you hear your name called, thank Mike D's Nuts. Stern Riffs, resident comic. Michael 6789 Jets. NYJ Dave. Sean Freese. We might need to add like a D's Nuts emoji or somehow. I don't know how to do that. Unreal. Where's this money coming from? We might never know. Shout out to you, Mike D's Nuts. What is that? 25 or 30 memberships gifted? Insane. Purple Belt Mike, the floor is yours. Hello.
Yeah, man. So I was watching the highlights or whatever
Of
and
D's Nuts.
I love these nuts.
Yep. Yep.
Look, I love all Jet fans. I don't care.
Me too.
Anyone that's a Jet fan is cool with me, even if you don't like my
Except
other teams.
Allen and sometimes JJ, but go ahead.
But my question for you is, who do you think is going to be the RB2? You think it's going to be that rookie Allen?
I would be surprised if it's not. I think it's going to be Braylon Allen.
I feel like they might bring in a veteran also. I guess we'll see.
At this point, I don't think so. I think that's why they drafted 2 running backs.
Maybe. All right, brother.
Enjoy the walk. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Maui, like the island. Love it. Scott is commenting saying, what's shaking, gang? Scott, call in from the park or from work. Cremula de Creme says, D's nuts ballin'. He is. Pittsburgh Mike says, we can't take the overload of these nuts. Yeah, I mean, it's just. Snowball says, Jake's neighbors must be questioning why he's screaming, Mike D's nuts. Yeah, hopefully no one's home next door. Yeah, Mike, I feel like you got to call in. Unreal. I mean, man. Joining us right now is a man who needs no introduction. But we'll play this clip anyway. All right, more calls right now. Scott is on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Hello, Scott.
Hey, what's up, brother? I'm at a park right now, and I want to ask people if there are any Jet fans out here. But
are you in New York?
Yeah, it's in Saratoga Springs, which is like about 30 minutes north of Albany. You go right down the highway, easy drive. But yeah, it's really nice here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we have a Jet fan. Hey, come back here. Are you a Jet fan?
Oh my God.
No, you are Affleck. See, and maybe you are. I guess not. Probably not. Hey, who this follows Bobby Midnight? This is Jet talk here. Hey, I'll probably get in trouble, you know. So yeah, send Alan to the hole. Get that clown in there. And you know what? Put him.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
Hey, what's up? We're back. What's happened, man?
You tell me. You called the show.
No. Yeah, I know. That's part of the issue. KC fan always said, that's funny. Robbie's face just stationary, just glaring, just watching. But, you know, football's back. Like I said, somehow, some way, if we're healthy, I think maybe Tyron Taylor's our left tackle, AVT, and then Tittman in the center. Like I said, I think that might be not too bad in the league. I look at, the AFC East, or forget the AFC East. We'll get to that. But in the Final Four, Kansas City, until further notice, Burrows is back. Last couple of AFC championships, they've been going at it, in Baltimore. Then you can go like what? Miami, I'm not a Tua guy. Buffalo, obviously, with Allen, can always make it work pretty much himself, and Diggs, and he's gone. Pittsburgh, who knows what's going on in Cleveland, but they took our guy Flacco. Jacksonville, what CJ Stroud has done in 1 year is amazing. Now you have us. I think somehow the Final Four is probably Kansas City, if they don't fall, 2 in a row. It's not going to be 3 because we're winning it. But I think just the animosity of these guys getting together. And Tom, I have a quick Bill Parcells story and a quick Barry Melrose story. But Saratoga Springs, a good friend of mine forgot, the horse racing, the Belmont Stakes
Are you talking about Belmont or Saratoga?
The Belmont is in Saratoga. So it's the big three.
The Belmont is in Queens. It's next to UBS Arena at Belmont Park.
Oh, it is. Oh, so but anyway, but the racetrack is here, and he had a horse. All right, I'll go with that. Bill Parcells had a horse here. Years ago, I was doing pest control, and I was just doing exterior spray. It's a foundation application just to put a barrier up. So I'm spraying around this pool, and you can tell it's his house. I'm not going to say where it is, but I know. I used to treat it. And I had a couple other people that across the road that I had to do. So I'm spraying across the road. You can tell downstairs was his office. He had the picture of him winning the championship, and everyone's holding him up. It's his place. So I'm spraying around. Of course, my pants fall down. So I'm spraying around, and it could have been his wife and whatever. He wasn't there, but they're clapping and hooting and hollering. I get a call back from the office and go, hey, Scott, are you spraying with your pants off? Because people are calling in because your pants are down, looking at your legs and your underwear. I was like, yeah, I'm spraying with my pants down, stuff like that. So Barry Melrose, when he was the Red Wings, AHL was here in Glens Falls, the Civic Center. That was the affiliate. And he has a place next on Lake. Have you ever heard of Lake George?
I have, yes.
Oh, okay. So it's on there. It's part of it. I'm not going to say where, but anyway, he would always call me Rooftop Scott because I was always on a rooftop next to his roof, and he's like, "Hey, Rooftop." So we would see in and out. I always say, good luck. He was on, National Hockey Night. But one night at a bar, it was talk of the town. So I said, Barry, I got to ask you something, dude. And if you guys are Rangers fans, I'm an Islander fan, but you guys remember Jeff Boom? So I said, Barry, when are you going to quit this Espen crap? Call up Detroit, get the Red Wings back, start putting up more Calder Cups. He's like, Scott, I'd do it in a heartbeat if I could. He's like, if I would, I could. So it was just cool, just to talk. And another thing I want you to look at is it's called MBARI, MBARI. Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. Just check it out. It's 20 minutes. But back to some football. We're here. I think.
Can I follow up on your Parcells story?
Oh, a good friend of mine is a horse racing fan, and he goes all the time. He does all this shit. I don't like it for this reason. So he said that Parcells had a horse down in Saratoga. She's coming back up to Saratoga for whatever their big horse race, not the Belmont. That's wrong, but whatever the big horse race was up in Saratoga.
Travelers?
It's going to. Yes,
Travelers
that's it.
Stakes. Travers Stakes, I think it's called.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's what it is, the Travelers. So she's winning. He's like, she's going to win, and he gets right in the front line. He's right there. She falls down. She's just about to win. She falls down. They euthanasia right there. And I don't like that shit. So that's part of the part. I just talked about Parcells, how I was spraying his house. My pants fall down. And we were talking about horse racing. Of course, his horse dies. It's like not even close to KC's fan. When he's watching the Super Bowl, his neighbor died.
Did you pull your pants back up, Scott, after they fell down in front of Bill Parcells?
They wanted me to flex and shit, so I did. Show off my legs, so I did. But afterwards,
what do you mean? What do you mean you did? You painted you didn't paint their house, but you did pest control on their house.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So I had right. I had my backpack on. You have long pants on, t-shirt, and they just fall right down, right in front of everybody. So yeah, you can get nudie a little bit.
What is happening, Scott?
I'm not sure, but here's the thing. Tyron, like I said, AVT has to. I'm worried about our right guard.
Scott, how do you go back to talking about football?
I'm not sure what you want me to talk about. I mean, that's what I had. If there's any consolation,
you don't think it's wild that a Hall of Fame head coach allegedly wanted you to work on his house without?
I'm not sure who our right guard is going to be. Moses is going to be the right tackle, or who's going to slide in interior? As a question. And I want to talk some politics with V-Man. And anytime you want to talk politics, we can do that all day too. I love it.
Of course you do.
That's it.
Well, Scott, I appreciate the time.
And for our man Gator.
Yep. Go ahead. Any day now, Scott. And he's gone. All right. Well, I said I got a lot of weird calls after yesterday's Scott call. That one just passed. Yesterday's. I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of questions about Bill Parcells, apparently. God. I mean, Mikey's nuts. Where are you getting this money from? 10 more memberships. My God, it is raining channel memberships. Let's go.
Money, 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 money.
I mean, in honor of the Scott Crawl, I guess Mike D's Nuts had to get the attention back for himself. My goodness. Astro off the chain. My guy from Queens, Zachary Burner, Jay Mull, Aaron Quinosis, Rick, Gil, Jet the F Up, all have received a channel membership courtesy of, you guessed it, Mike D's Nuts. Manny in Tampa says, Scott's call, that was an experience. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that was. I'm going to have to watch the tape back. Scott went a couple months without calling, and now he's back, and he's bringing it. And apparently he used to do pest control work on Bill Parcells' Saratoga home without pants on. King Lowski says, Scott, do you make a good duck? These are questions many people are probably wondering. It's a good question by Lowski. Excellent question by Lowski, in fact. All right. Dr. V-Man, not to be confused with the original V-Man, has decided to get in on the membership gifting. This is incredible. I mean, it's just raining memberships. This is wild. Shout out to everyone for being a part of this community, man. So cool. So great.
Show me the money. Show me the money! Money, money, money.
There you go. If you hear your name called, you're an Asmaniac. Jalen Ali Goodson, Ryan Takich, FR_Kazuzi, Cassandra Future, Julius Harris. Man, at this point, if you haven't gotten a membership, are you even liking the video? Do you even have gift receipts turned on? I mean, I don't want to name any names out there in the comment section, Carly, but I would say if you don't have a membership by now, I mean, I don't know if you ever get one. Yikes. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Folks, he called back. I got to take the call. Scott, finish your point. Go ahead.
Oh, so maybe to add to this whole thing, since our season is coming up, I just weighed myself at the gym. I'm really light. I'll go in, I'll weigh myself however you want to do it. I'll show the people, and it would be a building process of my physique to our season. I'll match my lifting week by week. I'll have game plans, something, just an add to, because the your show's awesome. I don't care about TV. I don't give a shit about. I don't care. It's fair. It's cool. It talks about all kinds of things. You get our callers are the best. I don't care. So that's where it's at. So I was downtown earlier today by the park, and no one was really wanting to talk football, or anything in
about
general.
The Ducks?
No. It's funny because obviously spring they're born, so they're small. So I am too. So I got to build up my body. So that's part of it. I like to see them grow. I like to see myself grow. And then I'm working with a friend of mine, Jesse, and I like to see people do well. So that's my goal. I got notebooks on stuff. It's pretty much, here's the thing. I found this program. It's the fucking best. I renewed my intimacy with 3 things. Menage a trois. You're going to love this one. And Gator, I got something for you too, homeboy.
Oh, God.
I renewed my intimacy lifelong. Lifting weights, nutrition, and Jets football. That will not waver.
2 of those 3 sound pretty good. Jet football has not been great for the mind, the body, the health, the spirit.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I'm getting my ass kicked in the gym, and every freaking week we're getting pounded. But you know what? It's our turn. So I know I was looking back at some of the archives, and our man Gator. Oh, I know I come on. I'm like the clown in the biggest tent. I do it to myself. But there was a picture. There was one quick bit of him where he was the most dismayed, disgruntled, saddest man on the planet. He was holding my dolls in his hand, and he had to purchase his dolls
in front of the missus. It's one of your clips. The dismay on his face that he had to hold my dolls. So there's got to be a better thing. Yeah, see, he was bad. He was ripping me because of the Shakira thing. So he had to buy the dolls. He went and bought them, and he had to hold them. He's like, I had to tell my missus, my love, why I bought these dolls, and how sad he was to do it. So there's got to be like a turnabout is fair play where I can get him back for something.
All right, let's keep rolling. You want to talk about Hall of Fame level callers, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go to our guy Scott.
Hey, what's up? Great stuff. How the hell you be a swing tackle in the scheme of what you're doing? I mean, what the hell are you gonna get? What do you say if I have this guy? We can have this guy. That's garbage. That's garbage. No, you can look at the whole dynamics of it, and it's tough and it's cool. But what the schematics that Jake? I love you. I respect you. It's fictitious crap. I mean, how? I mean, look at a ballerina, and a ballerina knows how to move her hips and knows how to move her body. And you're laughing, but it's true, Jake. I love you. I respect you. But look, you don't put words in my face. I can show you how a ballerina, if you turn her body in a certain way, you can see how she moves. And it's just in the terms of the ballerina that just the way she spins in the dress, stay put, and it's just not how it's done. Look, I'm 48, dude. I take steroids and a very low dose of rodeo bull made from juices from injections, and I'm very muscular. I've got the muscles.
Oh my God.
This guy, and he's Mr. Magnificio. I just don't know how.
Oh my God. God damn it, Gator. He had the wig and everything. I was hoping Scott was still going to be on hold when I came back, but he dropped off about 10 seconds before the video ended. Come on, Scott. I was coming back to you. The audience maybe hadn't seen that clip. I got 37,000 subscribers now. I gained a lot of subscribers since the last time you started regularly calling the show. All right. My views are up, baby. Jets are going to be good this year. Aaron Rodgers was lighting it up at OTAs today. Yeah. Call back in, Scott. There we go. Scott, there you go. I played the clip for you.
I know I saw it. Thank you. It's cool. So, what do you think of the offer?
You got to recap the offer again. You said a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get it. Let's get it going. All right.
All right. Here we go. I'm going to go full screen.
So I think. All right. So what we're doing is this. Season's coming up, so I got to get my fat ass into shape.
All right.
So I'm going to match my
in honor of the Jet season, right?
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. So I want to offer to put it on the program. I'll weigh in. I'll do weigh-ins whenever, like once a week or some crap. And I'll start putting on some of my I'll have my workouts taped. That's that.
So you're gonna what is the goal? Like, what are you trying to lose weight, or what's the number you're trying to get to?
I had a friend of mine. She asked me the same thing. You want me to go off? Can I go off? Because this is a story.
I think the people demand this story.
Oh, okay. I'm just. It's your show. I'm just. Okay. So she's like, you look like you're really lifting weights, and you look like you're doing different stuff. I said, I do. She's like, well, same thing. Well, what kind of physique are you looking for? I said this. I want to be sat down someplace in an undisclosed location. This is what I kind of wrote. This is what I wrote down. I have it. I said, an entity comes in, it's Mother Nature. And I'm sitting down in this cave, and there's like the ambiance of all the, here we go, Gator. The ambiance of like, fireflies are lighting up like candles. It comes in and it says, yes, Scott, I am who you think I am. I am Mother Nature herself. So you asked me, what kind of physique am I looking for? I said, yes, Mother Nature. And she said, yes. All the deep, I see all. I know best, I govern my own. That's Mother Nature. From the deep sea creatures to my land beasts to all swarms and insects and all that stuff, herds, flocks, everything that nourishes and grows, creatures of flight. I've seen everything. So, Scott, what the fuck are you? That's the kind of look I'm looking for. Not professional bodybuilders, because I follow the IFBB all the time. They just had a New York Pro Show down, used to be in the Beacon Theater. I love bodybuilding, powerlifting, strongman training, all that shit. But that's the physique I'm looking for. So
okay,
that's the shitty start with. That's what we're starting with.
It seems like you're in pretty good shape, though, Scott.
Not for me. Not for me. I mean, you can't really see anything, and I'm not going to. But the point is, maybe tomorrow I'll do it. So I'm looking for a physique that you're not going to look at. I'm starting to get my world-class legs back again. I said I'm starting to. My legs are awesome. And it's going to be an ass man shirt, because I'm going to show you. It's in the makings. So so there's got to be, and it's nice to see Bobby Bones had that nice cap. I was like, holy shit, that's Bobby. He looks sweet in that thing.
Bobby Midnight, you mean?
Oh, I love Midnight. My man B-Pack, all that shit. Yeah, he had his new cap on, but
Scott.
So something to just think about. We'll set it up however you want to do it.
Why don't you just call us as you're working out, and we'll keep track that way.
It's got to be a little bit more in depth than that. Listen. I'm going to say this one time. I am going to get into shape. I'm going to get into shape. Now, you got 37,000 subscribers. That's not nearly enough. So YouTube out there, get your shit together. We're going to make this happen. The Asmaniacs, we're taking over. I'm going to get into wicked condition, muscularity, all that stuff, thickness, you name it. I'll do it.
Hell yeah. Scott, I actually think you're inspiring the audience. I just saw this comment here from Carly who says, I too am going to get into shape.
Wait a minute. Let me say something. I wasn't going to say this. This is dear to me. This is no shit. I'm sorry. I'm swearing. I apologize. I'll say it. Give me a second. All right. I said I'm going to get into shape. It's a lifelong deal. I'm going to turn 49 July 10th. This is lifelong. So that number means shit to me. I've been homeless twice. Homeless twice. It's good to see a guy like Brunson from the Knicks. They just lose. And he said, hey, the fans are the pulse. They give us energy. They pump us up when we're down. We all do it together. We all do messed up things, guys. I do too. And this hair is for a certain reason. You've got to call the show to figure it out what the reason is, but that's true. So what I'm telling you is that when they say you can't do shit or you can't, no. Anyone who has ailments and physical disabilities, you're limitless. Never follow the mass, let's say, politics. You just watched my man Patrick Bet David had on Andrew Tate, and Dr. Michael Savage, the good doctor. I want to bring that out because he helped resurrect this. That's Dr. Michael Savage.
Well, Scott, thank you for the inspiration today.
I hope it helps somebody. If it helps somebody, that's all that matters. And this show is making it happen. I guess if we can converse maybe offline or something, I'd like to talk to you about something offline as well.
Shoot me an
give
email,
you my
Scott. All right.
I'll say it right now. You guys can all shoot me emails because I don't talk this shit. I don't talk to anybody. So my 24/7. If I'm at work, I can't. Otherwise, it's Scotty K, SCOTT, letter Y, letter K, 6669 at gmail.com. And if you want to call, if you want to drop that, I'll drop my phone number. I got 2 of them.
I wouldn't put your phone number out there, Scott.
No, I know. But, you know, I like this crew. I love this. No, I wouldn't. But you know what? They're going to do whatever they want to anyways. Politicians, they make policies. Send your kids over to fight. You know? You want to make, boots on the ground? That's bullshit. Talk like that, like people are just whatever. No. So we're going to make it happen. No, we're just trying to get a couple more viewers, and anything I can do to help out and giving me the time, which I am sincere about. I forget to say, so I appreciate it. And I guess good health. God bless.
God bless, Scott.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing from you again and following the fitness journey. I will say, someone who does radio for a living, the transition by Scott from saying he's been homeless twice to then saying Jalen Brunson, that caught me off guard. That surprised me. I wasn't expecting that one. But what a call by Scott. Give it up for Scott. And I got to be honest, we had a Scott emoji in the chat. I got rid of it because he didn't call the show for 4 months. And I wanted to use it on something else. I'm going to put the Scott hair emoji back in after the show. How could I not? And I think you're definitely helping people, Scott. I mean, I'm seeing a bunch of people here say that they're going to the gym. They're going to get in shape. Zach writes in here, literally sprinting to the gym after the show. Unbelievable. Matthew says, Scott is getting me high through my headphones. JYB writes in, he's been Asmaniac for 8 months. Shout out to you, JYB. Appreciate you. I really need whatever Scott is on. Best stories, hands down. Love his transition from Jets to the best stories. The Jalen Brunson transition, that was an all-timer. FPP says, Jake, please give me a 15-minute warning before Scott comes on the show so we can all get high. I'll tell you what, man. You never know where the convo's going with Scott. David D writes in, does Scott play full contact football without a helmet on? By the way, go Jets. I don't know. Scott's pretty jacked already. He definitely could play football without any padding. He'd wreck people. Dre with a super chat. Scott has to tie the workouts to Jet wins, and us as maniacs will join in. That's an idea, Dre. Boomtown with a super chat. Thanks everyone for the super chats inspired by Scott. Psychologists and psychiatrists will be breaking down the transcript of today's show for centuries. You're probably right about that one, Boomtown. You're probably right. Love the Canadian coin that you got. Hey, is a Canadian team actually going to win the cup for once? Look who's here. I'll get to him in a second. Hold on. Green and white pinstripes writes in, no doubt this is the most entertaining show ever. Thank you. I swear there was a football chat about Rodgers for the first hour with Robbie. But this is more fun. Let's be real. Cliff D is back. So for those who ever check out the comment section after any one of my shows, Cliff D wishes Aaron Rodgers injury every single time, says he's going to get hurt. Jets are going to be terrible. So Cliff D writes in, Jets will be garbage again, which is the least surprising comment ever. You know, this is like saying B-Man's going to call in and bring up something related to Puerto Rico. Like, come on. It's not original. Cliff, we'll see you in 24 hours. Enjoy the hole.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give him another 24 hours to think about it.
See ya. All right. More calls right now. Eric, you have the unfortunate situation here where you got to follow up Scott. So I wish you the best of luck. Just be yourself. What's up, Eric?
I called in like last year. Your show's pretty good. I'm so busy that I never really get to like call in all the time. But guess what?
What's that?
No more Zach Wilson. About time. I'm so sick of watching this guy hold the ball and go, oh my God, they're coming after me. Throw it. Just throw it. I would throw it or run or anything. Yeah. But that guy saying we're gonna suck again, like what else is new? It's the Jets. Like it's either we're good or we're bad. There's no in between. I've been a fan my whole life from my grandpa. Here's what it is. I'm very happy Aaron Rodgers is healthy now. I think that's going to be a huge plus for us. I think the offensive line should hold up.
Yep.
You know, I think that draft pick was key. You know, I would love Odunze. I really wanted him, but taking the left tackle was huge because if this guy Smith can't hold up, at least this guy is grooming to go into that role. You know, like if Smith goes down or even Morgan Moses goes down, at least we have a guy that is a caliber to go in there and actually plug and play. So I think that's really good for us. I do think we need another wide receiver. Even though we got that guy in the second round or whatever round we got him in, even with Mike Williams who gets hurt, we need stability in the wide receiver room. We are an injury away from having a problem, a big problem.
That's most teams, though, Eric. To be fair, like it's hard to find. I think that's why they acquired an extra third-round pick. If God forbid they need help at receiver, they can make that move closer to the deadline.
Which I think they're going to do regardless. I think Rodgers wants Adams so bad.
I'm sure he does. It doesn't mean they're gonna be able to get him though. But I'll say this:
I don't think so.
Like look at other teams that are contenders and look at their wide receiver room. The Jets have just as good as all these teams. Yeah, they're not the Niners.
And
okay,
that gets me so mad how we're never talked about. We have one of the, if not the top defense in the league. Your CJ Stroud, I love him. I think he's gonna be really good. But now there's tape on him, so teams are going to adjust a little bit. Now it's up to him to adjust. I think the Jets are going to the AFC Championship game. I think Rodgers is pissed. I think he's locked in. He is locked in. They pissed him off. Talking about him like that, making him look like he's a Devo or a cancer in the locker room. Like, have you not seen Stephon Diggs? Like, he's an all-pro wide receiver. He can't stay on a single team. It's crazy. It's just absolute wild. I'm watching football my whole life, and it's just like, it's weird, you know?
Eric, a couple questions for you because you don't call very often. Where are you a security guy?
Well, this is my second job. My first job, I work at the cemetery in Calverton, New York.
Where's Calverton at? I don't know where that is.
Long Island.
Oh, Long Island. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
Suffolk
work out
County?
there. What was that?
That's Suffolk?
Yeah.
Very
I
nice.
work out there. That's my first job. Now I do this like booth, which kind of sucks. It's 8 hours of nothing.
Are you in a gated community? You're the security guy?
Yeah. It's hysterical. People, I don't want to. They give me so much crap. I just sit here. I'll just close the door and be like, all right, later. I really don't care. It pays. It is what it is.
Well, you get to just chill.
I just chill. Yeah, I chill here. I catch up on my Jet stuff. I just bought myself that the Garrett Wilson stealth jersey, the black one.
Did you use my link?
No, my mom actually sent me money. So I just bought it. I was going to. I know. I was like, oh. But I got an Aaron Rodgers jersey too. But that one's not like the authentic one. It's more like the it's not stitched or printed. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like, it's kind of like a shirt like this, but it doesn't fade. So hold on a second.
All right.
Okay, I'll see you later. But, yeah, no, I'm starting to get back into the jerseys. I really, ever since I got Rodgers, I've been super excited. He's like my favorite player all time, you know.
I love it.
Can't go wrong with those Hail Marys, man. He's the only one. I mean, he's like, it's weird. Like you see a guy who's so good, but he only has one Super Bowl. I don't understand that. But then you realize like it's football. Any team can win on any given day. And that's why I argue with all these Giant fans at my job. I'm always like, they're like, oh, the Jets are going to suck. Aaron Rodgers is going to get hurt. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you understand. A healthy Aaron Rodgers, every game's winnable, regardless of who you're up against. Regardless. And the Giants suck. And I hate the Giants. And I hate the fans. And those new uniforms, good luck with those, because those are the hideous things I've ever seen. They give us shit, so why not give them crap, right?
Yeah, it's a fair point. Eric, great call. We'll let you get back to work, and hopefully you call us again now that you have this show.
Call back in. I have time now.
All right.
Jake, good show, man.
Appreciate you, Eric. Thanks for calling. The great Eric Franco. Perhaps a relative of James. I'm not sure. Forgot to ask him that. Appreciate the time. A couple super chats here. I'm going to end up doing 4 hours of streaming today in May. We're not even in season yet. This fan base is the best. Weege writes in, it seems like being high is a requirement to call in today. It might be. A lot of people getting high on their own supply today, man. Man. If anyone missed the show, here's the one soundbite I could play to basically recap it. Manny in Tampa's got a super chat. Jake New Content. The idiot duo of Nick Wrong and Cowherd went on a rant about us being favored in 14 games. Bums. Well, those two guys have the most predictable takes ever. Rodgers bad. Jets suck. Cool. We know. We know.
Wow.
All right. More calls right now. Big Fella is up next. Hello, Big Fella.
Hey, Jake. This shows today. I mean, they've really exceeded expectations they've put this on a new stratosphere, man. I mean, in the first show, you had Rob asking what a sodomite was, and then in the same conversation, he talks about getting what was it, Bobby ripping Allen a new asshole. So I mean, that was crazy. And then we have Scott on this show. Just I don't smoke weed or anything like that, but dude, I mean, my mind is kind of blown, to be honest. It's been an amazing day today.
I mean, even the V-Man call was great today. Cheats fan. Who else called? That was there were some crazy calls today. Bobby Midnight had a good call.
Yeah,
I mean, it all kind of blends together, Big Fella. It's pretty wild.
It's been, I'm telling you, man, it's been crazy. Like, this content is nuts today. I mean, congrats to you, man. This show has been, it's been phenomenal lately, to be honest.
It's really not me. Like, you know, like I can't create a Scott. You know, I can't find a V-Man. Like they're their own stars.
No, I get that. But you're the platform that they can express themselves on. You know what I'm saying?
There's definitely been a lot of expression today.
There's been a hell of a lot of expression, brother. I mean, it's been crazy. Now, I don't even know if to talk about the Jets, to be honest. It's been, you know, you said you were doing a meetup in Long Island, right?
Are you going to be there, Big Fella?
I don't know if I'll be able to make that one. It's kind of far. It's like an hour and change away. But,
take the train.
I don't do the train, bro. So,
wait, you're too big for the train?
Yeah. They got to put extra support on the tracks, bro.
Yeah.
So, but you did say something in a previous show about maybe doing one in Jersey.
Yes. I don't want to get your hopes up because it's not finalized yet, but I'm talking with a very popular bar about doing a watch party for Monday night, week 1, and it's in Jersey City.
Well, I would be there in a heartbeat. So, you know. Oh, I wanted to show you something. I'm supporting this show, bro.
Hey, look at IV. Let's go.
Yeah, I got it for my son.
I haven't tried that flavor yet. I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, I got it for my son. So when he goes back to school, you know, and he drinks, obviously. So, you know, I'm just trying to be a good dad, you know.
You're more than that, Big Fella. You're a tremendous dad.
Oh, thanks, man. But anyway, I just want to say great shows the past couple of days. Today's been a friggin' knocked out of the park, and go Jets, man.
Go Jets. Well said, Big Fella. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the all-time greats. Phenom. Oh, wow. I mean, it's just heavy hitter after heavy hitter on the line today. I mean, the Gusbuster hotline is exploding. Phenom, you're up next. What's up, Phenom?
Jake, how you doing, man?
Phenom.
I'm glad you got your voice back. Last time the franchise was faulty. It was a little bad, but
I was like the Knicks. I was playing hurt.
Oh, well, you got to do what you got to do. You got to take one for the team. I haven't been always around, but I saw some stuff with Allen and Bobby Midnight, man. What is this, MWA match? What's going on here? But it is what it is, man. We got to, this is all just working its way up to the season, you know, like, so I'm just, we have no really thing to talk about. So you have to create this. This is what you create. So
I don't think I created Scott chasing ducks around a park, but I appreciate it.
I can't even talk about it. I didn't see it. I'm just coming in late. I was so with you.
You didn't see it?
Well, I didn't. Like I said, I missed it. I'll have to look back.
All right, more calls right now. Scott is on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Hello, Scott.
Hey, what's up, brother? I'm at a park right now, and I want to ask people if there are any Jet fans out here, but
are you in New York?
Yeah, it's in Saratoga Springs, which is like about 30 minutes north of Albany. You go right down the highway, easy drive. But yeah, it's really nice here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we have a Jet fan. Hey, come back here. Are you a Jet fan?
Oh my God.
No, you are Affleck. See, and maybe you are. I guess not. Probably not. Hey, who this follows Bobby Midnight? This is Jet talk here. Hey, I'll probably get in trouble, you know. So yeah, send Alan to the hole. Get that clown in there. And you know what? Put him.
Unbelievable. No, I misspoke. I did see that. But I thought, anyway, that's madness, man. Like you said, you have the best callers, man. You have the best callers.
You're one of them.
Well, I'm just part of the franchise. I'm happy to be a part of the franchise. I've said that many times.
What do you mean? You start on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
All right, Jake, we haven't met yet. Come on, man. We haven't met yet. We have to stand next to each other at one point.
I can't wait. Peter.
Of course. It's gonna be epic, man. Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to see you at training camp. Whenever we cross paths, it's gonna be fun, man. Mr. Bonesy, all you guys, I'm gonna make an appearance and we're gonna party, man. It's gonna be epic, man. No doubt.
Phenom, can't wait, man. Great call. Great call as always.
Take care, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Phenom. I mean, this fan base is the best in sports. It's time for the Jets to actually put a presentable product on the field for this fan base. Rick writes in, I can't believe this stream is still going. Rick, me neither. My God. What should I eat for dinner tonight? Who's got some suggestions? The obvious is Chipotle, but I might do something different. I'm doing Gunny's show tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Dave says, is Allen still in the hole? There's a bear crap in the way. Well, actually, it might be over 24 hours. He was in the hole. His time might be up. Otto writes in, does Jake still do radio in Houston? Otto, I haven't done radio in Houston in a year. Almost. August, I left ESPN Houston last year. Scott Foster says, who does Bobby want to fight now? Well, typically it's Allen, Don Mattingly, JJ. Those are usually the top three. Although, Bobby, I don't know if you caught this today. He did say that because of what Allen did, Allen was so mean and so ruthless, they doesn't even hate Mattingly anymore. It's just he's only after Allen. Man. Speaking of people that hate Allen, BMAC is up next. Hello, BMAC.
Hey, what's up, Jake? Finally, good thing you got one more spot left for me.
Oh yeah.
I just got in from work, so I'm a little, coming out sweating, but yeah.
What do you do for a living?
First of all, I work in a factory.
You work in the factory, okay? Very nice.
Yeah. First of all, Scott reminds me of a white Smokey from the movie for Friday. You saw that movie? Jake?
I've seen the movie Friday, yeah.
Yeah. That's what Scott reminds me of. It's a classic movie. Love it.
Yep.
And the other thing is that, did you see Rodgers last night at the Yankees game?
Did I see Aaron Rodgers at the Yankees game? Of course I did. I appreciate the fact that he knows what baseball team that he should be supporting. B-Mac, I mean, come on now.
That made me love him even more, man. You know what I mean? Me and Rodgers got one thing in common. Yankees, baby. Yankees. And then the other thing is that, what did I say? It's great to hear that Rodgers was carving dudes up, man. You know what I mean? It's great to hear it. Hopefully he can do that this year, man. That'll be awesome for y'all, man. Because y'all deserve to watch great Hall of Fame quarterback play. For the second quarterback y'all have to watch, from Zach Wilson to Sam Darnold to Tim Boyer to Trevor Siemian to Joe Flacco. So hopefully Rodgers stay healthy, man. Stay healthy. You know what I mean? Pray to God, you know what I mean, and hopefully, hopefully he can ball out and all that stuff. And what else can I say? No, that was it, man. You know what I mean? That's it. Allen.
Oh God.
I am Allen. You are Allen. You are Satan, Allen. You are the devil, Allen. All right, you are the devil. Me,
the devil,
and Bobby versus Allen, 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Yeah, because how can you chill for injuries, man? And making fun of Jalen Brunson after he got hurt, or saying some guy was going to get injured, like what kind of human being does that, man? That's you know what I mean? So he's not a human being. He's not a human being. He's a devil. He's Satan. All right, and he's
wow.
and he belongs in the hole, not for 24 hours, but for good. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And Bobby, I love you, man. I always got your back, Bobby. You know what I mean? Allen. Love you, Jake.
B-Mac, we love you too, man. Love it. I like B-Mac going to bat for Bobby Midnight. Tremendous. What a community. We haven't heard from Alan. I think his sentence in the hole is up, but he's not here. All right, we got time for one more call here. Robert C. is up next. Hello, Robert.
Hi, Jake. How are you?
What's up, Robert?
Can you hear me?
We hear you, but your camera
Yeah,
is
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of bad. I mean, my phone is a bad quality. But I was going to say that Scott, he looks like Aaron Rodgers to me.
He looks like Aaron?
Don't you think so?
I don't exactly see the resemblance, no.
Oh, another thing I would say, there could be a problem with the Jet defense. If the Jet offense is so good, right, the Jet defense will be on the field a lot more because the offense is going to be so good. No one ever thought of it that way, did they?
Yeah, I mean, I think the defense benefits from not being on the field the entire game.
Well, Jake, you're not at the OTA today?
I was not there, no.
But you're going to go. Are you going to go to any of them?
Yeah, I'll be at the ones in the future. More so training camp.
Okay. Yeah, my wife was wondering who I was talking to.
Are you in a sauna, Robert?
No, but it's just pretty hot. I'm sitting here in the corner. That's all.
It's tough to tell. Your picture makes it look like you're in like a Lifetime Fitness sauna.
Oh, it could get worse. I mean, I move over to this location, it's even worse.
Ah,
See?
well, now it kind of looks more kitchen-like.
That's about the best I get. I need a new phone. That's all. Jake Asman. My wife's asking me who I'm talking to.
Ah, of course.
So.
Well, Robert, thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you, Jake.
You got it. My pleasure, Robert. What a call. Look, I haven't thought about this. I've been doing this 3 years. This might have been the show with the craziest Asmaniac phone calls we've ever done. I'd have to think about it. Maybe Gator would know because he archives all this and turns into content we laugh about for years to come. But this has got to be the craziest caller show of all time. Amazing. Call us today where it's saying. It's just, you tuned in late. You missed everything. Wow. The best is, who you talking to? From Robert's wife. Perfect way to go out. Oh, my God. Wait a second. I am very confused right now. Taylon Burks is commenting. He was sent to the hole earlier. Get out of here. Is your wife aware that you guys are married? Responding to that. Get out of here, Taylon. You're gone. It's done. See you later. You were sent to the hole earlier. I have no idea. Did you make a new username to come out of the hole? Or did YouTube have a glitch? Either way, I will not stand for this. You are done. 24 more hours. See ya.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Nice try. Apparently, VR says he made a new name because the spelling of Taylon was different. Crazy. Get out of here. Taylon Burks. Bomb. Bobby says Jake had pizza tonight. I'll take those comments under advisement, Bobby. Thank you. All right. I think that's it. And one of the craziest shows I've ever done. If you want to support me away from YouTube, and I hope you will after what we just went through here, please join my Patreon. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. For just $5 a month, you not only support me, but you also get all the bonus perks, like bonus shows not on YouTube, Discord access, this show in podcast form, your name in the intro, information about listener meetups before the general public. That June 20th Long Island meetup is happening, and I will have details on it very, very soon. It's going to be awesome. It will feature most likely a current Jet being there, and we're raising money for charity. So it's going to be incredible. Be on the lookout for that. Anyway, thank you all for their incredible support. Looking forward to whatever the heck happens next on this show, because I have no idea. Hit the like button on your way out if you're still watching, which I hope you are, because my God, was this show just insane. I'll talk to you guys soon. JETS, 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 Jets. And of course, once again, thank you for your incredible, incredible support. It's our year, baby. The New York Jets are winning it all.
The Jets are going to come back.